As we prepare for another weekend of new lockdown measures across the country, Manchester and Liverpool are rebelling against Boris Johnson's government and the executive. The whole point of this was that the executive decided to devolve powers to make these decisions localized. But now the Boris Johnson's government are saying that they're going to impose, they're clashing with Manchester and Liverpool and other authorities on this because these places have decided to rebel. And they said, we're not going to impose these policies tonight, which is obviously Friday night, as of midnight Saturday. New measures, that whole traffic light, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 stuff is supposed to be coming in, and these guys have said no. Now, this video is primarily about the mess that we're in terms of these policies. Regardless of the views that some people have on the actual virus, whether you take it seriously, whether you don't take it seriously, whether you're socially distancing or not, this is all irrelevant. This is the political aspects of these policies. Now, we have Manchester's leaders who have been resisting until a stronger support package has been provided by the government to protect workers and businesses. That's one thing. Then you've got Andy Burnham, who's the mayor of Greater Manchester, who said basically said that Boris Johnson needs to reconsider and engage constructively, as time is of the essence. This is obviously Boris's line, and at the same time, nothing's actually changing. You've got the Labour Party who are divided on this. Dan Jarvis, one of the Labour mayors, has actually come out against Keir Starmer, but also the executive.
Incredibly important that national government has got that ongoing open dialogue with local authorities and metro mayors right around the country, so we can be feeding into that process.
Right, can I interject then? So you do not agree with your party's leader that there should be a short national lockdown? You do actually agree with Jake Berry on the Conservative side that it should be down to devolved administrations, it should be a local decision?
The point I was making, that any decision taking nationally needs to be informed by the reality of the ground. Whatever's decided in government, it will be implemented by town hall leaders and metro mayors right around the country. I think Keir is right.
Well, that's one thing. So this whole debate is about three aspects. One is the national lockdown. Second is this traffic light tier 1, 2, 3 stuff. And then the third aspect, which is the way they are policing these measures. And we have a couple of examples of that. So Boris Johnson and the government are against a national lockdown. Keir Starmer and the Labour Party are in favour of a national lockdown, including Sadiq Khan. So Sadiq Khan is actually in favour of everything. He's in favour of a national lockdown, but he's also in favour of this tier 1, 2, 3 traffic light system. He has already confirmed that London, from tonight, is going into tier 2. We've also have heard a number of illegal street parties being organised. Obviously, this video is going to be posted at 8 p.m. tonight on Friday. So in the next hour or so, if you're watching it at 8, London, we don't know what the reaction is going to be. But I know that in central London, there will be some sort of reaction. But at the same time, when you have people like Keir Starmer, who have been flip-flopping all these issues, and there's no real opposition, they're not really scrutinising the government. He agrees with all the measures being introduced, and then he basically, if it doesn't work, he says, well, it's Boris's fault. It's both of you. You've got the government, you've got the opposition, you guys are in parliament, that you're supposed to be in charge of scrutinising the government, and that's not actually happening. Up to a point where you have local gyms being closed in certain areas because they're now saying that gyms are, dangerous, it's risky. Well, if they're so dangerous, then why not close them all altogether nationally? There is no consistency when it comes to these policies. So there is one local gym that's now been closed in the north. I'm sure some of you have seen the clip, but let's watch this because as they were closing the gym, people were still training, and the owner refused to close at the time. And then the police came, not just the police, armed. They they literally sent armed officers to intimidate, and then started to fine them. And then you've had the members of the gym and also some crowdfunding situation where people decided to help out this gym. Let's watch the clip and come back.
We have just received our first £1,000 fine at Bodytech. after meeting with the police yesterday, they told us we'd get warning first day, and then a second warning, £100 fine, £200 fine, and so on. They were with us this morning, gave us a warning, come back this afternoon, orders from their top boss, issue a fine straight away. So they told us close immediately or take £1,000 fine. And obviously we still had quite a lot of members training. I said to the officers, I said, I'm not asking anybody to leave. Even if I am, I'm going to let them finish their sessions first. So they've issued the fine. First one's 1,000. They can come back in 3 hours, issue 2,000, 3 hours after that, 4,000. It's disappointing. They sent out 7 or 8 firearms officers. What a waste of resources. This is fucking nuts, guys. It really is. It's nuts.
Well, this is the problem. So one is that why did they have to send actual armed officers? That's one thing. Second issue is the inconsistency, because some people are saying that gyms are risky. So if they are, as I said, just close them all together, right? If not, then you have to be actually explaining to people and each local authority why you're introducing certain policies, not just a blanket ban like this. So we've actually had experts talking about this. We have Professor Bull, who says that a lot of risk when it comes to gyms can be dramatically lowered through things like effective air conditioning, regular cleaning, social distancing, and hand sanitizing. He said that from the data that I've seen from Public Health England, I'm not aware that there is a significant hotspot for infections in the gym environment. So, if gyms do come under extra scrutiny, I think it's important for the government and for scientists to explain the data that's led to these things getting more restrictions. There is no scrutiny, there's no explanation. You have experts, obviously like Professor Ball and Professor Sikora and a number of others, Gupta, who are going around talking about the facts and realities of this whole situation. Whereas you've got Sir Patrick Balance, Chris Whitty, and all these guys in the stage not listening. This is the problem that we're facing right now. It's nothing to do with the actual illness. It's people have to take personal hygiene seriously and the whole situation, but this is no longer about that. This is about the government and the executive not caring. This is the same government that can't even handle their own local authorities. Birmingham are in trouble because they've been discovered that Birmingham Council have used tests on other people. So the test swabs that they have, they've apparently used them twice, more than once at least, on a number of potential patients. So well done, guys. The situation is that so the opposition group leader on the council, Robert Alden, has now written to the Labour council leader asking him to commit to carrying out and publishing a full review of the whole incident. They've said that Birmingham Labour need to get a grip of the mess and come clean with the public about 25 tests, or could more use. I mean, this is not good grammar. I don't know who wrote this, but could be use the ones that have actually been reissued. So that's one thing. I mean, this is at least 25 tests that have been used twice. How did it happen, and what are they doing to stop it happening again urgently? It is shocking that they are still refusing or unable to come clean with the Birmingham residents who deserve so much more from them. Where is the scrutiny there? Where is Keir Starmer? Where is your, obviously, even the executive talking about this? No one actually knows. So that's one. You got the Labour Council in that area. You got the actual data that's actually talking about something completely different. Yeah, so this is the data that we have. Do you remember this graph? Considering this non-prediction, and considering what's happening in Birmingham, which is absolutely disgusting, it's affecting ordinary people, and I don't exactly know what the consequences is. Imagine if you're actually healthy, you're getting a test, you're trusting your local authorities and the clinics, and you actually get infected because of that. So this is absolutely wrong, and someone actually should answer all the questions that haven't actually been raised. Apart from a couple of media outlets and press who are talking about this regionally, the BBC News, Sky News, all these guys haven't heard anything about this incident properly. So this is a big problem, and I'm guessing there could be other incidents like this, and we should definitely find out more. But this graph, so the non-prediction. People have been making fun of this because, as you can see, the red bars were supposed to be doubling every day and every week. The blue bars are the reality of new cases. Some people said, well, no, but Valence said that this is not a prediction. Well, Valence also said that if we don't introduce proper restrictions and lockdown measures, he was talking about actual, this circuit breaker or an actual national lockdown. He said if we don't do that, it's going to double by mid-October. Well, it's mid-October and cases are relatively flatlining, and eventually it's going to go down the way it's going this week, or it could go up again. We don't know, because the whole situation keeps changing every day and every week. But what he said, which was fear-mongering, doesn't help. You want people to be careful, again with personal hygiene and everything else. But this fear-mongering is the reason a lot of people are now kicking off in Liverpool, in Manchester, and potentially tonight in London. So somebody has to actually ask the government what they're doing. Somebody also needs to tell Keir Starmer and the Labour Party to actually scrutinise the government and the local authorities. Who's in charge, guys? We don't know. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to have daily updates for you guys. We have obviously 2 daily shows, 5:45 p.m. and 8 p.m. We got the Brexit updates. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check out the video that I posted previously at 5:45 on my Tousi. And I'll see you guys in the next video.